Introduction to Yoga. Yoga is essentially a spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science which focuses on bringing harmony between mind and body. It is an art and science of healthy living. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj, means to join or to yoke or to unite. As per yogic scriptures, the practice of yoga leads to union of individual consciousness with that of the spirit, the universal consciousness, indicating a perfect harmony between the mind and body, man and nature. According to modern scientists, everything in the universe is just a manifestation of the same quantum firmament. One who experiences this oneness of existence is said to be in yoga and is termed as a yogi, having attained to a state of freedom referred to as mukti, nirvana or moksha. Thus, the aim of yoga is self-realization, to overcome all kinds of sufferings leading to the state of liberation or moksha, or we call it the freedom or kaivalya. Living with freedom in all walks of life, health and harmony shall be the main objectives of yoga practice. Yoga also refers to an inner science comprising of a variety of methods through which human beings can realize this union and achieve mastery over their destiny. Yoga also refers to an inner science comprising of a variety of methods through which human beings can realize this union and achieve mastery over their destiny. Yoga, being widely considered as an immortal cultural outcome of Indus Saraswati Valley civilization dating back to 2700 BC, has proved itself catering to both material and spiritual upliftment of humanity. Basic human values are the very identity of yoga sadhana. What is the definition of yoga? The term yoga comes from a Sanskrit word meaning union. Yoga combines physical exercises, mental meditation, and breathing techniques to strengthen the muscles and relieve stress. What are the 5 elements of yoga? Everything in nature is made up of 5 basic elements. They are earth, water, fire, air, and space. Knowledge of the 5 elements allows the yogi to understand the laws of nature and to use yoga to attain greater health, power, knowledge, wisdom, and happiness. This arises out of deep intuition of how the universe operates. History of Yoga. Yoga is a way to live a meaningful and healthy life. In the yogic ideologies, Shiva is considered by Hindu rishis and munis as the first yogi or adiyogi and the first guru, or we call him the Adiguru. Shiva is also known as the father of yoga, as he is the being who introduced yoga for common people within us in our daily life. Adiyogi Shiva, regarded as the patron god of yoga, or we call Yogeshwar, dance and drama, Nateshwar, meditation and art, and many more. In the mythology of India, more than a few thousand years ago, on the banks of the lake Manas Sarovar in the Himalayas, Adiyogi shared his experimental thoughts about yoga. His profound knowledge about yoga into the well-known Saptarishis, or 7 sages named Kashyapa, Arti, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Gautama Maharshi, Jamadagni and Bharadwaj. Spiritual seekers broadly classified yoga into 4 psychological types: the predominantly emotional Bhakti Yoga, the predominantly intellectual Jñāna Yoga, the physically active Karma Yoga, and the meditative Rāja Yoga. There are these 4 primary yogas titled to stay with each emotional type. Later on, Patanjali is known as the father of modern yoga. Yoga Sutras mainly appear from Patanjali Yoga Sutras. It was written as scripture by Patanjali in India around 500 to 200 BCE. We can have it is a debatable topic. Leaving out this, there are mainly 4 sutras available with 196 principles for achieving moksha or samadhi, which we call liberation. Patanjali continues to be honored with invocations and shrines in some forms of modern posturals yoga, such as Iyengar Yoga and Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga. The idea of Hasta Yoga, one of the most talked yogic philosophy, hints its roots to Gorakhnath, one of the legendary 11th century founder of the Kanpatha yogis, but it grew out of yogic traditions dating back at least as far as Patanjali, 2nd century BC or to the 5th century BC. Author of the Hindu classics, the Yoga Sutras and the Mahavyashas, or great commentary. The 10th or 11th century Goraksha Sataka and the 15th century Hatha Yoga Pradipika identify 84 asanas. The 17th century Hatha Ratnavali provides a different list of 84 asanas, describing some of them. Later on, coming to Swami Vivekananda, taught the whole world yoga for health and happiness. Swami Vivekananda, a Hindu reformer, first introduced yoga to a large audience in the Western world. He started his journey from Chicago in World Religion Summit. He emphasized the inner ideologies and meaning of Rāja Yoga and associated Rāja Yoga with the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Next to Swami Vivekananda, Tirumalai Krishnamacharya was an Indian yoga teacher, Ayurvedic master, and a person with a deep knowledge holder of yoga, often referred to as the father of modern yoga. Krishnamacharya is broadly regarded as one of the most significant yoga teachers of the 20th century. Yoga has its roots in the Hindu religion, but it's not in itself a religion. We pour the knowledge in us with a better understanding as a spiritual practice. However, yoga has a strong philosophy, the philosophy that the spirit, the mind, and the body are one. Yoga can also be connected with basic ideas with proofs in science.